So MMM, marketing mix modeling, right? MMM doesn't try and match users. We're not trying to say this user saw this ad, then turned up in this search campaign, then turned up and made this purchase. We're not trying to track individuals. We are looking at the underlying impact of the business. So what is total sales in the business? We're then using statistical method, not trying to match individuals. We're not trying to use some unknown kind of user identity graph and match someone who was on the bus yesterday to when they've turned up to work 2 hours later and then gone home and done something else. We're matching the aggregate behaviors in a business. And we're looking at all marketing channels. We work on the theory of you can't measure anything if you don't measure everything. So you put in all of that marketing variation, including creators and influencers, run statistical methods which start to show us what would have happened if any of those individual channels didn't exist. So if you look at the charts on the right, we run some of our activity, total numbers go up a bit. None of them clicked on our ads, but the total numbers went up. Bar chart below it, the green line is what would have happened anyway. So suddenly our real value is the purple line that lives above it, our net incremental impact. Not matching users, a bunch of those people might have shown up in a brand search campaign, but that brand search click wouldn't have existed if our creator content wasn't there in the first place. So we can get an impact understanding of both the 20% and the 80%. Don't know how I did on 30 seconds, but we'll live with it. When you get those elements, we can then start to actually go out and try and understand the channel and optimize the channel based on driving 100% of value, not just looking at the 20%. And this is where that 80% comes from. We run that content, paid social performance gets 20 to 30% more effective. We go out, people will engage with our paid ads better because they've seen us spoken about from people who they care about and people that they follow. They will engage with that content better. CTR rises, CPA drops. Paid search ROAS goes up. People engage with our search ads better. They click on those ads stronger. Again, the MMM separates out what's going on elsewhere so that we can say, if this campaign wouldn't have happened, how would paid search have performed? And then we compare to how it actually performed, 15 to 20% better. And branded search volume. This is the easiest one to do, ignoring MMM. Turn off your MMM. But if you look at running activation and then look at how many people are actually searching for your business, provided creators are a big enough part of your wider marketing mix, you will start to see uplifts in those numbers. You go out and you get enough people talking about you and putting out good content for you, your branded search volume will increase. You combine these elements, that's your 80% of value, and that's the real value of broadcast channels. They move these metrics. Why are we trying to take someone who wants to purchase off a search campaign and try and take them away from search? Let them go to search. Let's make the search campaigns work better. And when you add up all of those things, it makes massive differences. This is for one of our clients that runs large-scale creator activity, large-scale paid marketing. Ignore that 26% synergy. That is those uplifts in terms of making paid marketing work harder. For this client, 8 million quid. Real serious money that is moving their business that wouldn't have existed if they hadn't gone out and created creator and influencer content, going out and getting in front of people. And when you optimize to those things, you get real noticeable value in terms of changes to business performance. And all of it's essentially a reach mechanic. It's going out and getting in front of people. I do not care if not a single one of them clicks on my campaigns or uses my voucher codes, because it's not the purpose. Value's in the 80%, not the 20%. But that doesn't mean that you just report on reach, because not all reach is equal. You can go out and generate tons of reach. You might not get that synergy. You get that synergy when you get the right reach in the right things that drive the right sort of uplifts. And the way that we start to break that down, because fundamentally, when we talk about measuring influencer and creators, we've got two main jobs to do. We want to understand the value of the channel so that we can make sure that the business is valuing it appropriately and we're investing in it appropriately. But we also understand what's working best and what's working worst, so that every time we run a new campaign, we're making it better. So it's not just a question of, oh, that's 5 times better than we thought it was. Which bits were 5 times better? What was the strongest? So the next time we do it, we can do better. And let's try and make the 5 times better, get up to 6, 7, 8 times better. So that every time everything iterates and we can optimize channels the same way that we've always optimized all of our paid marketing channels.